So today I am down in my basement and I am going to be making some dried flower resin items for a craft show that we have coming up. It is our first craft show of the year. It's going to be on January 13th. Today I'm going to be making some dried flower magnets, which I haven't really brought too many to the, actually I don't think I've ever brought any magnets to the craft show. I have to the market a couple times, but so this will be a new item for the craft show. I'm going to be making magnets and a few sun catchers that we ran out of that we need more of. First step is I'm going to pull down some dried flowers above. I'll show you that. Before we start, I just kind of wanted to show you where we're working. So we just come down the stairs in my house, and that's my cement room. And so you just kind of walk in here. And I tried to organize it as best I could. So this whole area over here is where I do all my work stuff. And then up above, I have like dried flowers hanging all up above, going all the way back there. We seed all of our, flowers and then grow them in our garden. And then we cut them and hang them up in the basement for drying, and then we make like different stuff out of them and bring them to like the farmers market and craft shows. I know I want to get some more status because I don't really have any good blue on my table right now, so I just kind of am going to grab that status down. It's got some nice blue in it. And then I want to get some, I think I want to get some straw flower. I have like yellow and orange on my table, so I'm looking for like a pinkish, like, let's see, that color straw. So I'm trying to see if I have any of those. Yeah. So I wanted to get like those pinkish straws. So I'm gonna lay this on our table right here. And I want to get, let's go try to find some celosia. Because I have celosia. Maybe I have enough, but, oh, you know what I need to get? Sunflowers. Let's grab some sunflowers. Sunflowers I want to get. Oh, this has a hydrangea in it too. Cool. So that's blue hydrangea, and then some really cool orange sunflowers I think will look good with what we're doing. And oh, celosia. That was the other thing I wanted to get while I was up here. Yeah, I'll just grab that. All right, I think I have enough to get started. On our table, this is what I'm gonna pour. These big ones are sun catchers. We ran out of butterflies. They all sold, and those ones sold, and I needed some more. I only had like 3 hearts and I wanted another one. So that's very specific on what I picked out for sun catchers. These are new hair claw clips. I wanted to try. I did them last year one time, and I wanted to try them again. And then this is a page thumb holder mold. We ran out of those, so I wanted to make some more. And then the rest of the molds, which are all of these right here, I'm gonna use for magnets. I'm gonna use broom corns, straws, status, but we pulled down some more blue status, so I was running low on that. That's Rebecca, but I like that orange sunflower that we just pulled down better. Dahlias, scabiosa, gumfrina, celosia. It's under here. Oh, just a whole bunch of celosia. I just pulled this down. You see me pull this down. I want those pink ones. That's why I did that. Roses, dahlias, hydrangea, more celosia we just pulled down. The blue is hydrangea. That blue status we just pulled down. Aster. What's under here? Oh, Cleome. I love that one. I've never poured on a long 8-foot table like this. I usually pour on like a smaller table, or do this like on a smaller table. So I'm hoping it's gonna work because I have like my flowers all lined up way down here where I can't reach, you know, half of them. Usually I have them like all gathered like in a U shape around me. So we'll see how this goes. So what I do is I just take whatever variety that we're using right now, celosia. I just grab some celosia, and then I lay it in my lap, and I just start picking through all the, you know, all the heads like that. And then I take all the green off, and then there's little ones, see those little stems all over it? Then I just take it, pinch them off like that, little baby one, and then I just lay it down in the mold, you know, like that, or however, you know. So I'm just gonna continue to do that so you don't have to watch me do it, because it's very time consuming and you get the idea. For the celosia, I don't know if you can tell, but see how this one's kind of like duller color than this? I don't know if you can tell. There we go, the lighting. So I won't use that. I only get the really bright, ones, and use those, just because it shows up a little bit better in the resin. So I'm pretty picky on what ones I use. I go through and I only use the ones that are like super bright pink. This I would not use. I'm throwing that on the floor to sweep up later. And this I will use. So in this clump, I kind of go through and say no, and I like bend it down. No, no, no. No. Yes. So I'm very specific on what salvia or celosia I will use. Those aren't, see, I don't like those. I do like those, so I'll use those. And those are probably all gonna go, no go. Because they're just too, I don't know, they don't work for me, what I'm trying to get done. We got all of our celosia in for now. I usually end up going back through and adding more celosia, so we're just gonna move on to our next one that was on the table, which is status. There's like two different colors of blue. There's like this color blue and then that darker blue in there. And then this like pinkish purple, yellow. And then there's this like apricot one that I do not use in resin. That is not bright enough for me, so I don't use that. If I see the apricot color, I usually just go like this and peel it off. I mean, I could use them, I was gonna say I could use them in wreaths and stuff, but I don't even know if I would do that because they're too dull for what I'm trying to do here. So I'm gonna go pick out one color at a time. So I just grabbed this this pinkish colored purplish one, and I'm gonna go back and lay them all in there again, in all of them. The bigger like sun catcher molds, I usually like will keep the green on it like that so you can like see it. But the littler ones, if they can't handle it, sometimes they're like super thin. I have to like take a a status with the green on it and go like this and pick off just the petals, and then lay them in. We got our pinkish purple one all put in, and now I'm gonna do this color blue first, and then I'll move on to that darker blue. I wanted to share with you, we just got all of our stuff that we had at the Kellogg's Manor. We just packed it all up and brought it home the other day, and we did really good. It was a huge success. We sold a lot. The most thing we sold was bookmarks, dried flower resin bookmarks. And then after that was necklaces And I don't remember what was next after that. I think it was like the succulent little ceramic, cute little, you know, planters, like little kitties and stuff like that. But anyway, it was so fun. We did great. I think everybody, all the vendors did really good there, so that was kind of nice. So, but anyway, so with that, we just got all of our stuff from the Kellogg's Manor. How I determined what we needed for this upcoming craft show is I went through all of the stuff that we got from the Manor, like that we brought home, you know, like all the dried flower stuff, and seen how many bookmarks we brought home from there, you know, how many pairs of earrings and so on. And then kind of like condensed it all down and took an inventory on everything that I had left over from the last craft show and from Kellogg's, and then figured out what I needed to make for this upcoming craft show. It was really nice to have all the Kellogg stuff like that I made added to my craft show stuff, because as I was going through it, I'm like, oh wow, I don't really have to make any earrings. I really don't have to make any necklaces, because I made them for Kellogg's and had them, you know, left over. So this right here, what I'm pouring, is really only what I need to pour for resin for our next craft show, which is like not very much at all. And I'm just like kind of excited, because after I get these done, I'm gonna work on next week making some more, you know, different things like dried flower. I want to try to make a dried flower crown, like a flower crown that you put around your head, and wreaths and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice that I'm going to be wrapped up on what I need for my resin items today, well, in a couple days after I get them all, you know, made up. And then next week I can start working on some of the other things I wanted to do that are new and different that I haven't done yet this year. Another reason why I thought like, oh, I should make magnets is because I've been wanting to make magnets for a while now, and I just haven't had the time or have made it a priority to make them. So it was kind of nice, like when I went through all my stuff to figure out what I need to make for resin, I was like, gosh, I only really need to make some butterfly sun catchers and a couple other shapes that we ran out of. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this would be a perfect time for me to make some different hair claw clips that I've been wanting to make, and some magnets. So that's how I kind of decided that I'm going to make magnets, is because I'm caught up on every other item really that I need for our next show. And I was like, I'm going to try something new. I just grab like a head of a rose and then go like, take off the green part, you know, like that. And then you get all these little pretty petals, and then I just sprinkle them in like this. Cleom is one of my favorite ones to do. It's really cool in resin, and it's really cool like bright pink. So I love doing Cleom in them. Right now I'm doing pink, and then I'm going to do purple, but I only grab out the really bright ones. Like I only grab out, well, they dropped. The ones that are like super pink, you know? And then the ones that are like that, like a white, I don't use, so I only go through and grab out the bright pink. These ones up here have like white in it. I probably won't use those, but then there's ones down here farther that are more bright pink. I'll use those ones. I'm gonna put some broomcorn in. The sun catchers I can lay just like down like a whole stem. You know, I just break it off, and like a whole stem like that I can just put in there. But then the littler ones I kind of have to like strip it and sprinkle, because a big stem doesn't work. I've already tried. So I just kind of have to do them a little bit, you know, different according to what size mold it is. But these are one of my favorite ones to put into the resin. I think they look really earthy and just kind of cool, different texture, you know. These are the ones we pulled down from up above. Look at that orange. This is all cutting gold. Can't believe I remembered it. But this is my favorite sunflower for drying. So I just take a clump and lay it down in there. Big sun catchers, again, I just lay down in there. And then the littler ones I sometimes have to rip because they're not, they're too big to go in, you know. I got everything all ready in the molds. Now I'm going to mix up a little bit of resin and fill them all. Mixed up resin is just equal parts of hardener and epoxy resin. And then I just pour it, see if I can do it with my other hand so you can see. And then I'll do this one right here. And just pour it all in there like that. Fill it up. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing that, but I'll just go to the next step after I get all the resin poured. I think I gotta fill this probably maybe 2 or 3 more times. Got all of our resin poured in, and now I just go back and I use my stick thing that I use for stirring and just press them all down and kind of like make sure they're all submerged, I guess, into the resin, so they're all wet. And it takes a while to do this. It's a little tedious. I don't really worry about putting them where I want them when I'm putting the flowers in, because as soon as I pour the resin in, they just kind of all go all over the place. So when I poke them down into the resin with my stick, that's when I kind of just try to make sure they're all spread out and, you know, organized a little bit. My hand gets tired from going like this over and over and over, so sometimes like I gotta just take a break and switch positions, because it's just kind of, it gets to be a lot for your hand doing, you know, pushing it down the whole time. But I think I'm kind of used to it, so it's not too bad. But I've only done 1, 2, 3, 4. I did the hair clips already, so I've done like 4 sun catchers and the hair cloth clip things, and my hand already is like kind of burning. But whatever, it's just part of it. It's all worth it in the end. If I drop stuff all the way around my thing, I'll just like get it because my knife's wet, you know, from the resin, and then I'll stick it in. So I'm not really ever worried about spilling too all over my craft paper. I get them, you know, like this. I'll go like this around it and put it in there. So I don't really worry about that too when I'm like sprinkling them in, because I know I'll get it with my sticky stick later. It is the next day. It has been about 24 hours, so I'm just going to take everything out of the molds and see what they look like. I'm just going to pop out the ones that I'm just going to kind of set aside for now and not really work on. I want to work on the magnets and these hair claws. So that's the thumb page holders like that. You put it in a book, like in the middle of the book, and it like holds the pages down. So I just got to clean them up a little bit. The sun catchers also, I'm not gonna drill out today or anything. I'll do that later. That one turned out pretty cool. Now that we have some space, I'm just gonna lay out all of our molds and get them all ready for putting them together. We got everything out of the molds, and now I got a few things going through my head on where do I begin. But so I'm gonna eliminate a few things, and I thought I would share with you why I'm going to eliminate them. So the other day I made these cute little bobby pin. It's like a little, bobby pin. I don't know if you can see it. I just glued a resin, dried flower resin, that's a heart one, to it. And I wore one, I'm just testing them. This is something I've never done before. I'm just kind of testing them. I wore one, a star one, yesterday in my hair all day, and I absolutely loved it. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set these aside. They're still drying, I just glued them yesterday. I'm gonna take the shapes that I think could fit nicely on a bobby pin, like little ones, like these 4 square ones. Maybe these 4, whatever shape that is, a hexagon, I think. These little hearts might be kind of cute on a bobby pin. These 3. I was wearing one of these in my hair yesterday, and I really liked it. So I'm gonna save out the stars too, these 3, and I think that's good. So this pile I'm gonna use for bobby pins later. So I'm gonna set those aside. This is my magnet board, just for now. And I already have 3 on there, and 2 of them are like a little circle shape, and one of them is like a hexagon shape. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's a square one earlier. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put my circle ones over here. These are all the same shapes. And where's my square one? Here. So then, okay, now I got to figure out of all these, which 26, I'm going to do 26 magnets, which one should I do? So I definitely want to do the hearts, because I know we have not as many hearts as everything else. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I don't know, these are kind of cool. I kind of like this size for a magnet for a heart. So I think I might do those 4. I'm going to put these back. This is a cool magnet size, I think. So we'll do those. I got my 26 picked out. So all these ones I'm not gonna do for now. So I'm just gonna set these over here. I get this B7, what is it? B7000 glue. It's really, really good glue. And it takes 48 hours to cure. So it takes a little while, but it's so worth it because it bonds like none other. So I just take a magnet. And another thing that I always am like, ooh, on the fence about what way I should do it. So one side is super smooth, I don't know if you can tell. And then the other side is a little rough, which I think is kind of cool because you can feel and see a lot of the like flowers and textures, and it's but then that side's smooth. So I'm always like, oh, should I glue the magnet on the rough side and have the smooth side be on, on the fridge, or should I glue the smooth side with the magnet and have the rough side be on the fridge? So that's what I'm always thinking, like, what side should I glue it on? I've done both, I'll show you. This magnet I glued on the, that's the smooth side, and then that is the rough side, and it's fine. It sticks just fine to the rough side. And then this one, I just tried it. I just did one, so it's still drying, you know. But there's the rough side of the magnet, and then I glued it on the smooth side. I don't know what way to do it. I personally like the rough side showing on the part that you would see, you know, because it's just different, you know, and it's just like, what is that? And you can like feel it, and it's just kind of like super earthy and natural, and like some parts are even like sticking out. I think that's kind of cool. But I can also see where somebody might like it super smooth. Let's do some of both, because I can't make up my mind. So let's just do like half and half, I guess. I just take my glue, take a magnet. I've found that it does not, that one has a little circle on one side, and that doesn't. It's smooth on that side. I found it doesn't really matter what side you put your glue on. So I just do about, I don't know, a whole bunch of glue like that. And then this will be our rough side. Then I take it, so I just kind of like put it in the middle. We're doing that's gonna be our smooth side one. And then I kind of go around, all the way around the edges of it, just to make sure it really seals in good, you know. And then kind of press it down, inspect it to make sure it's like super, super glued all the way around, really, really nice, which it is. And then we will set it down. See how you have to keep messing with them? So you're just constantly messing with them like that and bringing them back to the middle so they can dry, because I glued it on the smooth side, so the other part, you know, is uneven. So you have to keep going back to the thing. But another thing I was going to say is you have to keep them spread out, because if you don't, all the magnets will just go clink, and they all will go together. It's happened to me before, and it's a huge mess. You pretty much, I don't know, can't use them after they all do that, because there's just glue everywhere. It's just horrible. So I have to be really careful that they don't find each other, the magnets, you know, or they'll just go boom all together. It's not fun. We got all of our magnets that we wanted to get glued, and they're drying, and I keep looking at them and make sure they're all center, you know, so they dry in the center. And so far so good. And I did glued some on the rough side and some on the smooth side, so we'll see what people like better. So while I got my glue out, I figured I would quick do these hair claws. So I did 6, I'm gonna do 6 hair claws. So they're like these metal claws, right? And then the molds that we poured yesterday, they had a shape that is like identical, you know, like one side, you know, the other side. So that's one hair clip, both of these, and then so on. You know, this one has a little flower kind of thing on the top. It's kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do is take one side of, you know, one of the hair clip molds, and I'm gonna glue. How am I gonna do this? So it's gonna go, you know, like that. I'm gonna glue it on there. That's one side, like that. So I'm gonna do that on all 6 right now. I just laid out all my matches. So this is one hair clip, another one like this, and so on. And then I laid a clip above them, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of glue on one side of the metal claw, I should say, like that. A bunch of glue on there, and I'm gonna lay it carefully and push down a little bit on there. Perfect. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching me make magnets and hair claws. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a great day. And until next time, all right, bye.